Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at my first Ultra League Remix battles, and I had a blast here. So I had my team set as to what I wanted to use. I didn't really want to give any hints as to my Giratina because, well, we wanted to keep it an element of surprise until we were actually going to be bringing you the video here. And I just wanted to go in swinging for the Ultra Remix here. I didn't want to get too spicy. We're going to have Toxicroak as well as an XL Galarian Stunfisk, completely maxed out, level 50 Galarian Stunfisk. As far as the IVs for the Giratina here, Origin, because the Altered is going to be banned for the Remix, it is going to have Dragon Pulse, okay? Because it is going to come in clutch when we go up against Snorlax. I had that in mind before we went into these battles, and you're going to see how it does help me out significantly. As far as the IVs, I just went with the best one I had. Well, shiny, that is. I bought that secondary move because I'm stacked on the regular candies from doing a ton of these raids. Ready to go for that XL. I just need to get a lucky trade going here. But with that said, I had a blast. This team worked out quite well. We had to, figure out a few things. I had a few misplays here and there. But then we kind of worked around it and figured out what we need to do with this team. But not only that, folks, we ran into a shiny for one of our Go Battle League rewards. Stay tuned to see what it is. But with that said, I suppose we can get into the commentary here at the tail end of this battle. Looks like we're just going for the Mud Bomb finisher, a couple more counters, and we take the win. Alright, so leading Toxicroak, why did I want to do that? Well, because of the dark types that people are going to be increasingly using because of, I don't know, Deoxys defense form, and as well as the steel types that are going to be roaming around. Toxicroak has just always been a solid Pokemon. One of my favorites out of the whole Pokemon Go universe. Well, Pokemon universe, crying out loud. Alright, so now let's get into it. Up against a Politoed here. So Galarian Stunfisk doesn't really want to see this. Giratina doesn't mind it at all because it does resist the Weather Ball, but it could have a Blizzard, which could be pretty troublesome for us. But I decided to just stay here. Go for the Sludge Bomb. If we get 2 shields, great. They're going to let it go through. We win this matchup with a decent amount of health. And they're coming in with a spicy Raikou, folks. Let's go. So we have to remember that this will have Shadow Ball. I would guarantee you that they're going to have Shadow Ball on that. So the Giratina also needs to look out. That's why we did not necessarily swap. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Galarian Stunfisk here because they're loaded up on energy, and this thing is such a tank. We're going to be able to just absorb this Shadow Ball like nothing. And of course, Wild Charge is not going to do anything at all. So they're just going to go Shadow Ball, expecting them to swap here. And they're going to be bringing in a Slowbro. That is going to be the Galarian form, so let's get it. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Giratina, and we're looking just peachy key. I'm going to assume that they have Focus Blast, so everything on that Slowbro is going to be resisted. So we're going to go ahead and build up a little bit of extra energy to get ready for that next Pokemon that they do have in the back, which is that Raikou. Could have farmed a little bit more, but it doesn't really matter. We're still getting the Shadow Ball before them. I think that they were trying to get to 2 because we had, a shield left, and that's what it was going to take. We're taking the win there. Giratina was coming in clutch for me. MVP out of these Pokemon, well, they all played well. I'm just going to say Giratina Origin form was freaking awesome. I had a blast using it. So we're going to be swapping into the Galarian Stunfisk, and they're going to be going into Machamp. Okay, it's not the best. Actually, it's pretty horrible, but that's fine as long as we can get off this Earthquake. Getting a shield, which is perfectly fine as well. Toxicroak is going to have a blast going up against that, or we can bring Giratina. But the thing about Toxicroak is it's going to be resisting both of the Fighting and the Rock Slide, so it's probably going to be a better bet to just throw in the Toxicroak here. It is a Shadow Machamp, so it is actually, starting to add up here. Giratina would have taken a lot of damage from Rock Slide, so I just, this is the better option. Let's just hope that there's not a Charm user in the back. It is going to be a Mewtwo. That's right. Forgot about that. We weren't paying attention. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go Mud Bomb here just to put on a little bit of damage and then swap into our Giratina. Still holding on to 2 shields. We're going to be looking pretty good. Mewtwo, Armor Mewtwo. When you can't have Shadow Ball, so Psystrike is what they're going to be throwing at us. What did they have in the back? Well, it's going to be a Glade, and for some weird reason, I go for Dragon Pulse. All right, you want to know why? Well, let's just say it was a intentional thing. Yeah, because I wanted to farm down the rest of the way and have energy built up for the Mewtwo here, and we're going to get to Shadow Ball, but unfortunately it's going to be a little bit too close. We should have used our shields. Yeah, that's what they're for. Got to use them at the correct time. Actually, it was fine. Just didn't win this match. Simple as that. Probably you guys caught a little something in there that I could have done to maneuver around that, but whatever. And here's the shiny Snover. Let's go. So that is actually going to be a 10-15-15. I checked the IVs, so pretty awesome. I've gotten a good amount of shinies. Well, actually, the only shinies that I've gotten from Go Battle League rewards are going to be mythical and legendaries. Got the Darkrai and a couple other ones. So anyways, next battle, I was very happy to see that this Granbull did have Snarl. We're going to let everything go through because Crunch as well as Close Combat are not very effective. If they did have, say, Dazzling Gleam, I do believe that Granbull has that move. It will do a lot, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead and just get that off. Now they have a Charm User in the bag, so 2 Fairy types. Okay, I mean, they get a pass because it's only 1 Charmer, unless they have a Charmer in the back. So 3 Charm types. But then again, if they were running 3 Charms, that's on them. So they got a Hippowdon in the back with Ice Fang. So got a little nervous. You know, I was thinking, that's super effective. Shielding up the Rock Weather Ball and all that stuff. For some reason, I thought I was going to be Ice. Don't ask me why. So we go for a Shadow Ball here. We get the last shield. This sounds good to me. Do we want to shield this up? Absolutely not. We're going to let it go through. We need to hold on to that shield. Going to get to that Shadow Ball, and this isn't going to KO. It's going to do a good amount of damage, and they're going to be able to take us out. Maybe we could farm down. No, that ain't happening. Not with the Galarian Stunfisk's quick move. That's way too weak. So we're just going to go ahead and throw this Rock Slide before we take some damage here by some sort of ground type move. They're going to be bringing in Gardevoir, and we're just going to go straight for Earthquake. Take the win. Looking good. Let's get it with the shield left as well. All right, let's keep it moving here, folks. Let me know what you're using down below, and can't guarantee I'll use it, but I have a kind of a pretty long list of Pokemon I want to showcase. So anyways, into the next battle, they're going to be instantly swapping out of their lead into a Blaziken here. So I'm expecting a Brave Bird. Didn't know if I would survive, and we do, so that's great. We're taking resisted damage from the Fire Spin here, but it is starting to add up. Expecting them to let this go through, but they shielded up to my surprise. So what we're going to have to do here is what we did a couple videos back and shield this up, and we will take this. We need to win swap, all right? And there you go. Winning that swap, taking them out, and we have a Shadow Ball. Now, I know this is not going to be very effective up against this Snorlax here, but we're not getting to the Dragon Pulse. And don't worry, there's going to be the matches where we get that Dragon Pulse off. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said that in the beginning. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Toxicroak here, and we're going to let this go through. Body Slam is going to do a lot of damage, but we need to hold on to that last shield. Going to go straight for the Sludge Bomb. Was that a Yveltal? Oh, the Dragonite. I don't know what I'm thinking. That's not the battle quite yet. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Galarian Stunfisk, and that's a GG, folks. It doesn't matter. Hurricane, Draco Meteor, Outrage, Dragon Claw, 6 times. Well, yeah, 6 times is quite a lot, but, you know, you get the picture. So they back up, save us both some time. We take the win, looking good. I'm moving on to our next opponent here, folks. As you can see, our score is starting to slowly rise up when we actually put together a real good team. And we're met with an Abomasnow. So we're having some nice leads today. They're swapping into a Mewtwo, and you know what it is. Going to go ahead and bring in that Giratina here. And we only have to look out for Side Strike, right? They're letting the Shadow Ball go through, which is perfect. We're going to let this Side Strike go through because this is no regular Mewtwo with the attack dropped on that thing. With higher defense, we're going to go ahead and farm it down. And they're bringing back the Abomasnow to farm us down here, which is perfectly fine. Going to go ahead and go Shadow Ball, which is going to put on pressure and get a shield. So now they're down a shield, but with energy. And Toxicroak does not resist the Weather Balls here. But we're going to bring it in anyways because it's going to do so much with the quick move. We don't really want to go in there with the Galarian Stunfisk and just start absorbing all of these. So they do have a Glade in the back, so it was a good call on my end here. Well, I personally think, because I'm not afraid of the close combat in this situation. They have 1 shield. I dare you to use it. Otherwise, oh, they let it go through. Otherwise, I would have Sludge Bombed after you did shield and then countered down with the 2 shields left. Yes, Confusion is going to do a lot of damage, but we're just about there to that Sludge Bomb, right? So they're taking us out, and we're going in with Toxicroak. Perfectly fine. And we're going to go for the Mud Bomb bait, get that last shield. And I do kind of a little bit of a silly thing here. Before I know it, like the counters are just adding up. And I'm sitting there trying to hit Sludge Bomb like, oh my gosh, I need to go for the nuke move. And it's got, you know, barely any health left. So it's no disrespect. Not that I really need to mention that or anything. I wasn't trying to flex. It's just wasn't paying attention to the health by the time the counters... I could have went Mud Bomb easy, so they're probably like, yeah, you think you're so good going for Sludge Bomb. No, it's not like that. Anyways, into the next battle here, and we're going to be met with a Jellicent. So this is a horrible lead. There you go. Let's see if we can play around this one here. Swapping into the Galarian Stunfisk. And if you're thinking, well, you know, maybe you should win Giratina into that. Yeah, I don't know. We're still trying to figure out how this team works completely, and you never know what they're going to have in the back. Anyways, we're faced up against a Machamp here. So why do I shield this up? Because I want to get a shield out of them. Because they know they need to win swap here. Well, I mean, it would be ideal for them to win swap. So they are going to go ahead and use a shield and their energy here. Because they can't counter us down unless, you know, they take another Rock Slide. So now we can go in here and farm down the Machamp. We've been put in a good situation. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Giratina to start building up that Shadow Ball. Let's see if they want to come back in here with the Jellicent, or if they're going to show us what the last Pokemon is. The Snorlax, beautiful. Now we can go Dragon Pulse. Here you go. How much does it do? A lot more than the Ghost moves do, that's for sure. Oh yeah, beautiful. So they're probably a little bit annoyed by that, but at the same time, probably not. They are probably smiling. This is a good position for them to be in. So they go for the bait. Bubble Beam there. We're letting it go through. Good call, good call. Lowering our attack, which is not going to be doing much in the first place and really not doing much at all anymore. With the counter, we're just, I mean, so basically what I'm looking forward to right now is the clock, the switch clock. What I'm going to do is swap in. I know this is a loss. By some sort of miracle, we could maybe pull it off. But let's just entertain ourselves and see how this goes, right? So they're Bubble Beaming again. I swap into our Giratina, and all I know is I just need to get that shield. And Shadow Ball takes less energy, so let's see. All right, we got the shield. So we're on track to potentially pulling this back. Let's see, though. I don't know, it's getting a little... So doing no damage with our Shadow Claw. And their body slams slowly but surely are adding up, but what's really doing the damage is that lick, and we're able to get to the Dragon Pulse here. This is going to KO, I do believe. And fantastic. And whoop, we take him out with the Shadow Claw. Are you kidding me? Bringing in the Toxicroak. Now, we needed to get off that Sludge Bomb before they got off this Bubble Beam. Now we lose. Or at least 2 Mud Bombs. We can't take them out with our lowered attack. So GG's. Good game. I tried. I give it all, my all, but... sometimes you just can't do it. Now, yeah, definitely those 2 Mud Bombs would have maybe even done it with that debuff. So maybe my mistake going for a straight Sludge Bomb. I even stated it in my last video, or several videos back, saying, if you're going up against a Jellicent with Toxicroak, just go Mud Bomb. Alright, so we're met with a Ninetales here, and this is not the best. It's not the worst. Alright, so that Side Shock would have definitely KO'd us, no problem. They're swapping into a Lugia. Now, I got a little nervous and I just went straight into my Giratina here, and they have Dragon Tails, super effective. But they're letting the Shadow Ball go through, holding on to that shield. I should have definitely went with the Galarian Stunfisk. I know. So they're going straight Aero Blast. Now I'm thinking I want to go in here and farm down with the Mud Shot, but I guess we'll just go ahead and bring in Toxicroak and take out a Lugia with a counter that you don't really see too often. And we have plenty of energy. They're coming in with a Yveltal, so we're going to be doing some nice damage with our counter. This Sludge Bomb is going to hurt too, and we're getting it through beautiful. Building up to another Sludge Bomb, going to go ahead and go for the Mud Bomb so we can get a shield, and we do beautiful. And they swap into their Ninetales. I do decide to stay here and just throw the Sludge Bomb right at it. See if we can get that last shield out of them, and we do. So now we're going to go ahead and swap. If the game will allow us to, we're going to go ahead and bring in that Galarian Stunfisk, go for that Rock Slide. And they're going to start, weather balling us, which is not really going to be doing much. But we have to remember that the Yveltal does have the energy built up, and a Focus Blast is going to take us out, really, at this point now. So, yeah, we need to hold on to that. I wanted to farm this down. Like, do you see this? And they know it, so they're going to swap here in a minute because I take forever, and they're going to go straight for their charge move here. We're simply going to shield this up. And it's a Dark Pulse, and I had a feeling they might be able to get 2 in a row. Sometimes that happens, but we're able to get in our Rock Slide here, take them out. In comes the Ninetales. We swap into Toxicroak. I was going to farm them down with the quick move, but I was like, you know what? This is not play this nonsense. Let's take them out with Toxicroak. Next battle, we're met with a Galarian Stunfisk fantastically. They're swapping into their own Toxicroak, and we're going to go ahead and bring in Giratina, which completely and utterly walls it. And, that's not actually true. The Mud Bombs here, you're going to see are adding up. They really do. So if you want to go with Shadow Ball and Ominous Wind, be my guest. But I just personally like Shadow Ball and Dragon Pulse for the normal type coverage, specifically the Snorlax. And I've been put in a situation many times where I needed it today. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball onto the Galarian Stunfisk, winning the Toxicroak matchup, which is awesome. The quick move on the Galarian Stunfisk is really not doing much at all. We don't have to worry about that, but we're going to let this Rock Slide go through because what's the point in shielding that? Knowing that they're going to instantly swap, we bring in our Galarian Stunfisk, and they do bring out the Galvantula, and you already know. GG's. All right, so going to go ahead and just go Rock Slide. You don't need to go Earthquake. Just go Rock Slide. That's a debuffed Rock Slide, still doing plenty of damage. Expecting another lunge here, holding on to my shields. And just holding my ground. There's no need to use them right now. I'm not hitting these. I don't know. I wanted to gain a little bit more farm. I think I should have hit a couple, like 1 row, because that was a little bit less damage that I wanted to actually not, or to take place. Anyway, so we're going to go for another Rock Slide here and hit 1 row. Oh, okay, we did it that time. And then they bring in their own Galarian Stunfisk. We're going to go ahead and go Rock Slide to just bait them here. and they're not giving up a shield, still holding on to 2, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna swap into my Toxicroak. I don't know if you're 2 shield flexing but you watch what I do at the end here. I thought they were flexing, so I just, I do a little funny flex too. So I just sit still for a minute, and then I throw the little baby counter. It's a good game. All right. I don't know. Sometimes you end up with 2 shields, and you're just thinking, you know what? What's the point of using them anymore? So we have a great lead up against Excadrill, and there is that XL defense form Deoxys. All right. Let's see how this works out. Rock Slide. Oh, that tickles. Yeah, this is why I wanted to use this thing. Really. Specifically, yes, this is it. I know I'm using a legendary, but guess what? I get a pass on this. As a matter of fact, I don't even need a pass. Just give me a break. All right, so we're going to go for the Shadow Ball, taking them out there, building up extra energy for whatever they bring in. We're going to go Dragon Pulse to see if we can get this through and get some stab, and they shield it up, unfortunately. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. We're just going to go into your Galarian Stunfisk. They're going to swap. We're going to swap, and it's G. G. Right? So we're just going to continue on. They go swap. We bring in the Toxicroak here. Now, Excadrill is going to be able to spam its charge moves fast, and they hurt, okay? But it doesn't matter even if I use both of my shields here. That was my intent, actually, to just use both shields, and they're letting it go through instantly. In comes the Dragonite. I actually think I shield up the Toxicroak because I get to the Sludge Bomb, and I'm thinking, well, this is going to KO if they don't shield it up, pretty sure. And, if they don't shield, we KO. If they shield, then we'll just go in with the Galarian Stunfisk and Rock Slide. All right, so we got the shield. We'll go ahead and swap Rock Slide. And this is going to take the win. Good game. All right, I know. Galarian Stunfisk ranked number 1. Uno 1. Next match, we have the worst lead we can have with Toxicroak up against Drifblim. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Galarian Stunfisk here. Giratina is lying in wait. Wants it to swap without any energy. Let's go. I'm expecting them to go ahead and go for that Shadow Ball. Nope, they're going for Icy Wind to lower our attack and then swap. Makes sense. And it is a Snorlax, so that was too quick for Superpower. It's not going to KO us, so we let it go through. It's just a Body Slam. So at this point, I don't think they're going to go for a Superpower. They want to preserve the defense and attack on it, so they are going to be using a shield there. Okay, sounds good. And it was an Earthquake, but that's perfectly fine. We still have the Toxicroak at the back to handle this, as well as the Giratina to handle the Drifblim. Able to barely get to another Earthquake here. This is very nice, and we're getting it through. Okay, very good. And the Snorlax has a bit of energy built up here, so we're going to let everything go through. I'm pretty sure... No, okay, we're shielding this up because I was thinking to myself, there might be something back there that we need Toxicroak for, and we want a little bit of health. Bringing in the Drifblim, we're going straight for the Sludge Bomb here, and I'm pretty sure they shield. All right, sounds good to me. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Giratina, and we will have to shield up their charge move. Shadow Ball is going to hurt. Icy Wind is also going to hurt. It is a Shadow Ball, so good thing we did. And they have an Executor. Let's go. Boy, this is not what they want to see. Shadow Ball is going to one-shot it. In comes their Drifblim, and we're going to go ahead and Shadow Claw that down and take the win with our Giratina. Let's keep it moving here, folks. What are we going to see? It is a Snorlax lead. Let's get it. Now, that's something I like to see. They're going to be swapping into Glade, and we're going to go ahead and bring in, you know what, Giratina, and have a little fun here. Now, as far as the charge moves are concerned, we don't need to shield up any other stuff at all. And we're going to go ahead and throw a shiny Shadow Ball right about now. See what this does. Oh, takes them out. They still don't want to use that shield, holding it on to the very end. What is it going to coming back with Snorlax? Of course. So we're going to go ahead and go Dragon Pulse here. Do they want to shield it up? It's just a Shadow Ball. Bam! Let's get it. Very nice. Okay, so that was much needed damage on the Snorlax. Thank you, Giratina. And we're bringing in the Toxicroak and shielding this up. Now, shielding up Body Slams, why not just bring in Galarian Stunfisk? Well, they would have went Superpower. And they have a Machamp at the back. I figured they had a fighter. I freaking knew it. So we're going to go ahead and just go Mud Bomb here. We're going to swap into our Giratina or our Galarian Stunfisk in just a second because we have to. So we're going to get their shield, and then that's our key. That's when we do it. So we're going to go ahead and swap. We are shieldless. They cannot KO us. There's no way. There's no way. Unless they had a Dynamic Punch, which they don't. So we're going to do an Earthquake. We're going to KO them here, and we're on the way for a win here. In comes Snorlax and some lag. What is with that crap, guys? And gals, what's with the lag right when you're throwing the winning charge move? Like, I'm not trying to accuse this guy or anything or anybody, but It's so weird. This game is so weird. Anyways, taking the win with the Toxicroak at the end there. Very nice. Good game. On to our next opponent. We're met with the Machamp. Beautiful. And you already know what it is. We're just going to, hang out here. But they're swapping into Gudra. Now, I didn't instantly swap because it threw me off. I had to calculate what the moves were going to be on it. Like, instantly. I was like, okay, water and grass. Water and grass. We're going to take super effective from Dragon Breath. But let's just go with the Giratina here. So that's what we're doing. We're landing the Dragon Pulse. The Muddy Water did lower our attack. Whatever. That's okay. At least we're going to be able to take out this Gudra here. And we're looking good. They're coming back in with a Gengar and farming us down. Now I'm getting a little nervous here. So I bring in the Galarian Stunfisk because it's just going to have a better matchup here. Unless they had Focus Blast, well then GG's. Then figured they were going to swap, so this is going to force me to use a shield because there's no way in heck I'm going down with this energy because, well, then we'll lose. Going to go ahead and throw Rock Slide here. I didn't really... Getting a shield, so perfect. It doesn't matter. Okay, great. Going in with Toxicroak, farming a little bit. Going to go straight for the Mud Bomb here. And they are one shield to go. Okay, still holding on to it. Letting the cross chop go through. Can we farm down, please? Let's go. Oh, right. Beautiful. Getting to this Mud Bomb. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to farm us down here. I don't think we're going to be able to win this one. Actually, wait a minute. No. We got this. We got this. So we're going to shield this up. I was a little nervous that they might have 2 Shadow Claws or 2 Shadow Punches, but we're able to get to the Rock Slide. And I wasn't 100% sure it was going to KO. It's been a while, Ultra League. And we're able to take him out. That's right, because Gengar's just so squishy, right? Great. Into the next battle, we're met with a Galarian Stunfisk, and that's just a great lead as well. They're going to be swapping into Torterra, bringing the Spice, okay, in the form of leaves. Very good. We're going to go ahead and go for our Giratina since we do resist the grass. Now, I was fearing Stone Edge. This whole time, I was contemplating whether or not I should shield it up. And I end up not, and let's see. Okay, good call. Good thing I didn't. That Razor Leaf is sure digging in. That move is just good on everything, right? Bringing into Machamp, we're going to go ahead and go straight for the Shadow Ball here, of course. Expecting a shield, and there it is. Very nice. Going to go ahead and bring back Toxicroak, and they got a little bit of farm. Unfortunately, we're not able to get off our last Shadow Ball, in which we had a bunch of energy built up. Going to go ahead and let this go through because there's no need to shield the not very effective charge moves at this health range. Got some nice lag, skipping me up, not letting me hit my charge moves. Gotta love it. So I decided to just go Mud Bomb at this point. Swap into our Galarian Stunfisk to just absorb whatever they do throw at us. And I was expecting the rocks. Let's go! They swap into the Galarian Stunfisk and back out. We take the win. Let's go. Alright, on to our next opponent, folks. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. It really does help me out. We're met with a Muck. That's very interesting. And we've got Dark Pulse and Thunder Punch. I would assume is what they got, so nothing's threatening us here. They're swapping into their Lugia, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Giratina. This time around, the Lugia does have extra sensory, so we're not taking super effective from the Dragon Tail. And so we can, keep our health up a little bit better. If we get hit by an Aero Blast, at this point, I think we will barely survive. Sky Attack. Okay, that's just perfect. Still holding on to our 2 shields here. Extra Sensory is not threatening us whatsoever. We're getting the last shield out of them, which is very interesting. I think I do shield up myself here. Now I was thinking, okay, well, I don't think I'm going to get to Shadow Ball. So am I going to double shield or something? But they swapped to go for a charge move, and this has worked perfectly. I'm absolutely going to let this go down. But they under tap. Okay. Wait, was that an under tap or... Yeah. Doesn't matter. So we take them out. They come back in with Lugia, farm a little bit more, shieldless at this point. I'm thinking, well, if there's Hydro Pump, it's not GG's. It is going to hurt, but I think I'll be okay here. They have 2 Pokemon defending something from fighting. That's what I'm thinking. There has to be something in the back weak to fighting. You got a Poison and a Lugia over here. And it is a Typhlosion. It's not weak to fighting per se, but it's weak to rock and ground and the things that I do have. So there you have it. And that's going to be the video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Giratina Origin form is amazing. Gotta love that shiny. Toxicroak is clutch. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!